Here's an interesting little thing I found out recently that may be of use to you. So we're looking at Google Keep Notes, which is a phenomenal note-taking app. If you've never seen it and don't know much about it, I highly recommend you try it out. It's probably the simplest, most capable app out there for taking notes. And when I say most capable, I don't mean it has the most features. There's apps that have more features. But taking into account combination of what it does and its simplicity, make it an outstanding app. Outstanding app. And there's lots of things you can do with it. This is not the purpose of this particular video. But for those that use it, you may or may not know that they've added a bunch of different features over time. The notes themselves are pretty simple. You just take a note, you can put in the title here, and then you can enter any messages in free-form text here, etc. Okay, so pretty simple. You can do that. You can change background colors. You can do a lot of different things with this. But the main thing is this is simple as that to create a note. What's interesting about this, you can create notes that are free-form text, so you can also do it using checkboxes by selecting this little pull-down menu and selecting show checkboxes. And then you have checkboxes, and they work like normal checkboxes. You click, it goes below. You can easily rearrange them, things like that. Pretty handy for like shopping lists and things like that. What they don't tell you in the interface itself is there's no numbered lists. As you can see, there's no option to create a numbered list. And they added this capability, but they didn't, like I said, if you just look at what's out there, you're not going to see an option. And the way that works is if you go to back to hide checkboxes, so it's free form, and if you start typing something with a number and a period, then when you hit enter, it'll actually automatically give you the next number. As you can see, there's 2 period, this is line 2, and et cetera, et cetera. If you hit enter, then it disappears. You can type something else, and now it goes back to this mode. Okay? The cool thing about these numbering things is that you can see it's easy enough to do. It automatically numbers them. If I go here and I hit enter, it'll give me another line. And I can put in here properly putting number 3. So very handy, very convenient. So the thing to know about this is do not start your numbers with just number and nothing else. Because if you don't put a period after the number, it doesn't know you're trying to do numbered list. So keep that in mind. If you need to have a number, but you don't want a number list, simply don't put a period after it. So that's one thing. Second thing is that if you wanted to renumber things, let's say you wanted to make this number 6. Okay? If I put this as number 6 and I hit enter, notice it goes back to 3. It just keeps it all in a nice order. Interesting things about that is if I do change this number to number 6, then what happens if I hit enter, notice it jumps to number 7. Okay, so basically numbers 1 through 5 are gone. And if I go here, and if I type in 1, and hit enter, it goes to 2, and then it renumbers everything. So the key to this whole thing is that if you want things to be numbered in sequence, you want to make sure that you can change any of these things. If I change this to any other number, it's going to renumber it properly anyway. So it's not going to be an issue. But the problem is if you change item number 1, whatever it is, it's basically, think of it as the starting point. So if I change it to be 8, okay, and then if I hit enter, it's going to go 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on and so forth. So see, it changed sequence from that number going forward. If I hit 8 here, basically it starts a new sequence. So if I skip the line and started with a different number, it will start a new sequence. But if I go back here, and if I change this to number 1, and if I hit enter at this point, now everything gets renumbered to like this, but my second sequence is exactly how it was because there was a blank line between them. And if you actually modify like these blank lines, if I get rid of this blank line number 3, notice it automatically changes the sequence to have the numbers be proper. If I get rid of 3, get rid of 2, it's still going to have lines properly numbered in sequential order. The moral of this thing is keep an eye on number 1. That's the main number that starts the whole sequence. And then just simply skip a line if you want a different sequence or if you want the sequence to end. And that's how you use the numbered list in Google Keep. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Keep is a phenomenal program. Highly recommend it. I used to, probably, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, I did a detailed video on Google Keep. Didn't have all the options it has now, but it was still a pretty solid product even back then. If you put in the comments that you'd like to see a detailed video about what Google Keep can do, because there's lots of things you can do with it. It's like I said, the key thing is it's simple, but at the same time it's very capable. Then just leave a little note that you'd like me to do a video on Keep in terms of details of everything you can do with it, and I'll create another video for you. Until next time, I'm Oleg.